Hello, viewers, and welcome to another episode of 18 Book World. I am Favor Chikwestri Michael. And on today's episode of the show, before we go down to the book and our author for the day, I would love to give you an introduction. This is the network's way of encouraging literacy. It is intended to help expand people's literacy horizons by reading and discussing recommended books. We believe that readers are leaders, and the popular parlance dictates that your life will remain the same in 5 years except for the books you read and the company you keep. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of 18 Book World. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, I will introduce my guest for the day and also the book for study. Just stay tuned.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On 18.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Today we'll be looking at a very interesting book titled How to Break Out of Shackles by Jane Emeruwa. I would love to give you a brief summary about the author before we go into the book. Jane Emeruwa is a creative writer, poet, and author of the novel Two Separate Worlds. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Language and Literature from Abia State University, Uturu, Nigeria. As a highly creative individual, she is passionate about writing, reading, and personal development, and her poems and stories have touched the hearts of many. Her goal is to inspire young individuals to fully maximize their potential by leveraging their talents and skills to help them live extraordinary lives of impact. She is indeed a worthy role model for other young minds and creative. And we are, like I told you when we began, the book for study this day is How to Break Out of Shackles. There's a quick overview of the book. Are you tired of feeling stuck and limited in your life? Do you feel like you're not reaching your full potential? You are not alone. Many people struggle with self-imposed barriers and hidden obstacles that hold them back from achieving greatness. How to break out of daily shackles, rising above your limitations, is a powerful and insightful guide that explores the everyday challenges that prevent personal growth and reveals the practical solutions to overcome them. With a unique blend of success strategies, biblical illustrations, and personal growth principles, this book provides a comprehensive approach to breaking free from limitations and unlocking your full potential. Imagine achieving the goals you have set for yourself and becoming all you have ever dreamed of being. Imagine having the power to break free from bad habits, addictions, and negative thought patterns that hold you back. This book offers a step-by-step guide to help you recognize and break daily shackles, overcome self-imposed barriers, and unlock your unchained potential. Through its pages, you will discover the impact of shackles on your life and how to live unbound. You also know how to recognize and break daily shackles that hold you back. And you also discover the disastrous impact of self-imposed shackles and how to overcome them. And you also discover principles to rise above limitations and achieve greatness. Interesting. If you're ready to transform your life and rise above your limitations, get your copy of How to Break Out of Daily Shackles today and start your journey to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. I'm sure you paid attention to that overview. Okay, we'll go straight to the questions for the day. To our author, Miss Jane Emeruwa. May we meet Miss Jane Emeruwa?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. My name is Jane Emeruwa. I'm a creative writer, poet, and author. I'm glad to be here today. Thank you very much.
All right, Ms. Jane, please, could you give us a background story of your book?
The background of how to break out of daily shackles. The background story. This ebook, How to Break Out of Daily Shackles, is not just an ordinary ebook. Like, I noticed that many individuals are finding difficult to progress. Like, even me myself, I'm also a victim of this. I noticed that many individuals find it difficult to progress, like to move to the next level. So that was what inspired me to write this ebook. I say, let me share my own experience, let me share my own idea through this ebook. So this ebook is actually talking about things that hold us from not achieving our goals, like things that draws us back, setbacks that doesn't allow us to reach to the next level. So this book, How to Break Out of Daily Shackles, it renders insights and solutions, ways in which we can tackle these shackles. It gives us the experience, things that happen in our daily life, and how we ourselves we can bring about these shackles in our life, like the things we do that can bring shackles in our life. So that is just the overall view of what this book is all about. It's about daily living. What is the role of the mind in breaking free from shackles?
Okay. All right, thank you for your response there. We'd love to ask you, what's your definition of shackles? What's your definition of shackles?
It's a very powerful question. Everything we do starts from the mind. So the mind can either be a product of shackle. You can actually think your way into negative things. As the Bible says in Proverbs 23 verse 7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. So everything all starts from the mind. The mind can be seen as a field, like a farm. Whatever you plant is what you will reap. If you plant corn, you reap corn. You can't reap cassava. So everything all starts from the mind. Everything you are doing in this life all starts from the mind. So the mind can either bring negative things to us. Whatever you think can bring negative things to you, or can bring positive things to you. So it all depends on what you think with this mind.
Okay. Interesting. What we also all want to know from you, from your perspective, actually, what are habits, and when does a habit become toxic?
How do potentials become unchained? Is a nice question. Potentials can be unchained by having an open mind. Think positive. When you have an open mind, you begin to think positive things. And when this starts, you begin to see things turning around for your good. So everything does boil down to the mind. You should have an open mind, be positive. And this will help them to break free from everything that is holding them back.
Okay. Now, want to know from your perspective, how do one recognize and break daily shackles? How do one recognize and break daily shackles? You titled your book, "How to Break Free from Daily Shackles."
How do one recognize and break these shackles? One thing is that you have to recognize that you have these setbacks, you have this limitation. So how you can recognize it? By reflecting in your life. Have a meditation, like go back to the drawing board and check where you got it wrong. So by doing this, you are indirectly breaking free from shackles. When you meditate about your life, about everything that you do, you are indirectly breaking free from these shackles. So just have a sober reflection about yourself, set goals for yourself. So these are the ways you can break free from shackles.
Wow, thank you for your response on that. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the rest of the questions. Just stay tuned.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the world. Stay focused on the fact today. On 18.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. It's been an amazing time with Miss Jane Emeruwa, author of the book How to Break Free from Daily Shackles. And it's been an educative and enlightening time thus far, and I believe you that's tuned in watching us, you have been exposed to steps and guides towards breaking free from daily shackles. You know, most times we do things, we don't know that they become habits, rituals. Let me use the word rituals to us, and then most times we tend to forget the impact of our rituals. Thus, we just feel, okay, I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is to pick up my phone to check the news update, to go to Facebook, WhatsApp to check messages, and it's become a norm. You understand? Before I know it, I've got to another point where I don't see it as something that is not too healthy for myself. You know, wake up in the morning and pick it up. It's been advised actually that you shouldn't sleep with your phone close to you because there are radioactive waves everywhere. And then imagine waking up in the morning and the first thing you do is to expose your eyes to the light of your phone. Most persons do it. I've stayed with the roommate once that he does it. No, it's like a norm. I had to remind him that this thing is that you're doing. Have you ever sat back to ask if this is right or it's hazardous to the health? So you see, but I'm sure that thus far you've been educated on how to break free from daily shackles. Ms. Jane Emeruwa, thank you for your responses to our questions thus far. Before we go further, let me ask you, how do potentials become unchanged? Because there was a chapter where you dedicated it to potentials unchanged. So we want to know how the potentials become unchanged, and what could we, or how could we, or when could we say a potential is being changed? And is it, what do you mean by change? Are we talking about using change to block, to hold someone's potential, or is it a function of the mind, or a function of self-realization?
How do potentials become unchained? Is a nice question. Potentials can be unchained by having an open mind. Think positive. When you have an open mind, you begin to think positive things. And when this starts, you begin to see things turning around for your good. So everything does boil down to the mind. You should have an open mind, be positive. And this will help them to break free from everything that is holding them back.
All right, thank you so much for your response on that question, because we've come to know that potentials are what you see and tell that, okay, this thing could be great, but there's a room for work, because potentials must be refined. You know, we look at the gold we see today. If you look at if you see when gold is being mined, you wouldn't love to look at. You may not know the value of it, but until it has been refined, and then the market value increases. Thank you for your response on that. And two more questions before we let you go, Ms. Jane. It's been an interesting time with you. Thank you for the responses and the insightful answers to the questions. So we want to know, what steps would you suggest to your readership in terms of living impactful? What other steps, apart from the ones you've mentioned in your book, what other steps would you prefer to your readership that could help them to live impactful life. You know, there's a difference between living and existing. Well, most persons might not know. Everybody is existing, but living is an intentional act, if I may say.
I would suggest to my viewers and listeners who are watching me that are facing any kind of challenge at all, you should be positive in your thinking. 1, have an open mindset. 2, be prayerful also, and also try to set small goals which you know you can be able to accomplish within few shorter period of time. You must not set big goals. Try to set goals you know you can be able to achieve within a shorter period of time.
All right, Mijen, thank you for your response to that. And then, before I let you go, I would love to get your final words to our audience or to your readership out here. What final word would you love them to get hold of from today's show?
My words to my viewers, my listeners out there is that there's no problem that is too big to overcome. There's no challenge that is too big to overcome. Just look up to God, continue to do your best, be positive, and things will begin to work out for your good. Thank you.
And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of 18 Book World. Don't forget, we are open for sponsorship of this program, jingles and advert placements, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product, service, promotion and commercials. You can watch us live on www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Apple TV, channel 205, on Limex TV platform, on Infastech platform, on Apple TV, Naja TV, Iroko TV. Connect with us on 18 socials, subscribe, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. On X, at Atlantic TV Net. Also on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. I am Favor Chikwesri Michael, and until next time, don't stop reading.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On